Hello everyone, welcome to part 7 of KubePwn Red Team and Blue Team Lab, which is specifically made for the red teamers, how to compromise the Kubernetes cluster and how we can do the threat hunting in the same cluster. So till now we have explored certain web vulnerabilities where we have seen SSRF, which is server-side request forgery. Then we have seen SSTI, which is server-side template injection, where we were able to take the reverse shell on the host, but that reverse shell was not stable. It would have taken a lot of our time to explore certain things, and we would have just stuck to the enumeration. Then we have explored malicious file upload, where the developer and the Kubernetes cluster administrators, when they were setting it up and the developer was coding, he accidentally misconfigured the file upload vulnerability, and the attacker was able to directly land on the host machine. So now we will explore a very critical vulnerability, which is remote code execution. Remote code execution is, we all know that if a vulnerability is exploited, the attacker will be able to will be able to take control of the complete host machine on which the application is there. So before going to understand remote code execution, let's look at the app.py. I didn't want to explore for other vulnerabilities, but for remote code execution, yes, because this is a very critical vulnerability. So how this is getting exploited? Let me just do a quick word wrap. So if you see, there is a variable which is there is a function called as RCE, and under RC there is a variable CMD, which is required to take the arguments from the user. It could be, I could have set up to a name called ID, or I could have set up to a name called page underscore ID or something like that, but I kept it CMD so that everyone understands what exactly at the back end. And under that particular variable, I have created a loop, like a if else kind of a statement. That try means when we are writing the Python, we go with try with a variable process, which will storing a subprocess dot p open, which will open the command, and we have given a shell equal to true. So it means whatever the user is going to put it under it, the application code will run that particular command or run that particular input onto the machine and will render the output to the attacker or the user. Okay. And this is just a sub-process pipe, for standard output and standard error, which is very standardized. And the results will be, and if there are some errors, they will be stored in, result section using this. So let's exploit it. So with RCE, if I'll go if I'll go to direct RCE, let's write who am I. So I am root, pwd, app, ls. Okay, I am inside the some directory. Let's see host name. This. Let's see certain, cat etc/shadow. Okay, we have got something. Cat etc.password file, of course. Okay, so let's try and take the reverse shell of this particular vulnerability, and let's see what we can do with this. NLVP, let's run it on 4444. Let's take a bash shell, very simple bash shell, and here we go. We got a bash shell over here. Okay, Now this bash shell is, is going to give us, is going to help us in certain things, but usually if you start running with the bash shell, you will see that bash shell is not stable. So because if because there are certain things that you cannot run it using bash shell, because the shell is not stable. When you are exfiltrating doing privilege escalation, you will see that the shell is getting disconnecting it between, and a lot of other things. So now what we will do, we will use the Python, okay, to take a reverse shell. Okay, we will do spawn. We will use spawn function, and we will use the under the Python, and we will take the the reverse shell. So if I'll go here, I'll click on execute, and here we go. We got the reverse shell, which is very stable and all. Okay, so if I'll do who am I, fine. If I'll do pwd, very nice. If I'll do ls, fine. If I'll go back, if I want to go to /home, fine. There is nothing in the home directory. So let's try, and let's try to do something like, if I can, let me just do this thing. Okay, let's try to find out what all privileges we have. So this particular command is going to tell me whether as system service account default, can I create pods. Oops, I think kubectl is not there. Oh, the term is not set. Let's set up the term for this. So the term we can set it using export. I think this is the correct command. Term x term, and that's good. Yes, this works. Okay, so we do not have a kubectl. So what we can do is, let me just do an apt update, and if I can install kubectl under this. Okay, package is not there. So what we can do, we can just do the same thing for this, for kubectl. Let me find, yep, the same thing we did it in Kali. Let's do it over here. We will run the curl command. We will do chmod plus x kubectl, fine, and we will try to move kubectl to user local bin. Okay, can we do kubectl? Yes, kubectl is working fine now. So let's try to run the same thing. Okay, let's try to find out what exactly I can do, with this permission. Okay, let's try to run this basic command first. Kubectl I auth can I minus list. If there is some error, put it in the dev null. Okay, and these are the permissions which is given. The very first permission is self subject reviews authentication Kubernetes IO, and the verbs I can do get, create, well known OpenID configurations, OpenID APIs, health, these are the very basic permissions that are being there, and I think with these permissions I cannot do anything. Okay. So let me try if we can do something like this kubectl. Let's try to uh try to find out each and every permission. Create pods minus all name spaces. No. Can I list secret or can I think this is the command minus all name spaces. Okay, I think we can't. kubectl or can I minus I create cluster role bindings if we can. No. Let me try this kubectl or can I list secrets rather than from all namespaces. Let me run it globally. No. So this means even if the root is there, I cannot do much about it. The only thing I can do is I can play around in this container only. Okay. So what we need is we need to enumerate this Kubernetes cluster like a complete, a black box. So we don't know what exactly in this Kubernetes cluster is. So what we can do is we can start enumerating the cluster, and we can start running certain commands from the and to understand what this Kubernetes cluster is all about, that we can exploit it. Okay, so that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video with all such content. So if you are liking my content, please do like it, subscribe it, and please start sharing in the community. This is going to give me a boost as well. And if somebody wants to collaborate with me, I am very much open. We can collaborate and we can do a lot much in this Kubernetes lab. So thank you everyone. I hope you enjoy the video. Have a nice day.